logistics out of the way. Welcome everyone to our virtual artist talk. That's the next one in our series for the Downtown Kinston Mural Program. My name is Sarah Arney, and I'm the Community Development Planner in the City of Kinston. That's one of the staff who's working on the program. We also have representation here, which is really great, from a lot of our Mural Selection Committee, which is the Citizen Committee, and also has 2 City Council members on it, who have been helping guide and support the program all the way through. So Ms. Barbour, Dr. Joyner, and Councilwoman Solomon, thank you all very much. And I'm sure there might be more people on here that I'm just not seeing. We have a lot of people, which is really great. Celestine Davis. So a quick recap of the mural program so far. It's a program that's being funded through the National Endowment for the Arts. It's an Our Town grant, and it was applied for the purpose of creating 7 unique outdoor public murals. 6 of those 7 have been completed, which is amazing. We're waiting on 1 more, which will be an artist, Chotzi Gray, who's a local artist here, who will be doing one of the two civil rights murals that were intentionally part of this program. And the virtual artist talk that we have tonight is for the first of those civil rights murals. So this one focuses on honoring the students who planned and participated in the Adkin High School Walkout of 1951 to advocate for equal educational facilities. We will have more of these virtual talks in the future. We have several coming up. We kind of have a backlog of them. But if you have not seen our murals yet, we have a map online. We also have a page on our city website where you could go and see all the locations of the murals and photos of them, including this one. So if you want to come back and look at the pictures of the murals online, you can absolutely do that, and I will put the link to that in both the Facebook Live and in the Zoom call. But without further ado, I'd like to introduce our artists, Jamil Burton and Maximillian Mozingo, who are both local artists here in Kinston, who the mural committee was so excited to have be part of this project, and in particular working on this mural. They did so much work in preparing this mural, and they can tell you a bit about the process that it took, especially to have this one on this particular wall. We also want to thank very much Lenoir County, because the place where this wall is at 101 North Queen Street, which is the Lenoir County Register of Deeds, and the county commissioners were very generous and supportive in helping us get this mural placed and installed. So thank you very much to them. But without further ado, Max and Jamil, take it away. Thank you very much for being here with us.
Alrighty. Max, you first, my brother.
Okay, well, I'll just start off by introducing myself. I'm Maximillian Mozingo from Goldsboro, North Carolina. I've been in Kinston for about 2 years now with the Smart Kinston program, and I've been doing art for almost 6. And I'm very passionate about it. I love doing it. I can't see myself doing anything else. So just being a part of this project and being a part of this mural was so much fun, and I jumped at the opportunity. And I'm glad that I had the opportunity to be a part of such a great thing and be a part of history and preserving history.
Alrighty. My name is Jamil Burton. I've been in a part of Smart Kinston program now 2 years, almost 3. You know, art is my lifeline. So you take art away, you taking me away. So I enjoy doing it, and I'm gonna keep doing it until I can't do it no more.
Indeed.
Let's see. So art?
Are you all ready for me to start the slide?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Let me know if you can see it.
Before you begin, okay.
Oh,
Can I ask a question?
yes,
Okay,
please
hi.
do.
My name's Edwin Jones. Can you tell me a little bit about the process procedure you will have for this program?
Sure. How we chose the walls and the artists and that procedure.
Now, I guess the program. Now, I guess the agenda.
Okay, for this, the talk this evening. So, Max and Jamil have introduced themselves. I think we have a slide where they can talk a little bit more about their previous experience as muralists, and also fine artists. They've done a lot of different kinds of art. And then a little bit about the process of the creation of the mural itself. So if you've been to any of the murals, or this particular one, you'll notice that this one is on panels instead of just painted on the wall. So they'll talk a little bit about what it was like to create murals on those panels and then make that installation process, and how that may have affected the design that they had. And then we'll go through the murals and we'll show the murals. And Max and Jamil, I did 4. And sorry, Jamil, jump in.
Will there be a part for, I guess, comments?
Absolutely. So after we go through the murals and the kind of what they each represent and the aspects of the Adkin High School walkouts that they are showing or different things that they symbolize, there'll be absolutely time for comments and just discussion about the murals. And I think Max and Jamil, whatever y'all want in terms of if you prefer people to leave questions to the end or just jump in with questions when they have them. I'd also encourage people to use the chat box that's in the Zoom at the bottom. You can see that. If you feel like you want to say something but you don't want to interrupt discussion or anything like that, feel free to type it in the chat and I'll be monitoring it. So I'll bring it up when there's a lull in the conversation to share anything that anyone has put in the chat.
Gotcha.
Good.
Alrighty, let's get started.
All right.
Can y'all see the screen?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. I don't know if y'all want to start by saying anything else about your career as artists, or if you want me to just jump into the murals, I can do that too.
Okay. Yeah. Jump to the slides.
Okay.
Process. Well, I go first, Jamil. This was actually a fun, unique process, especially painting on the 4x8 panels. You couldn't actually put them on the easel and I paint them together. So my process was, as you see them, how they're laying sideways, that's actually how I had to paint them. And I just throw that in there for a little nugget. But it was fun, but we got it done. We had to make a few changes because of the size and how we had to paint them, but they came out exactly how we wanted.
The process, one, let me start by saying we painted in a building that didn't have the best conditions. So to be in a building that is 40 degrees outside and the building practically no heat, I think we did a wonderful job. But like Max said, we painted them how they're standing, and also and certain, sometimes actually painted on the concrete, laying flat on his back.
Right.
But getting them done in the time that we got them completed under those conditions is pretty amazing, if I say so myself.
Right. And as of course, it was a pleasure sharing the creative process with you, my brother.
Indeed, man. You know, one heartbeat, we got this.
Right.
I have a question. Can you talk a little bit about how?
I like to say.
Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you can go ahead.
Okay. Just wanted to ask a kind of open-ended question about the difference between, if there is any, between creating a mural that's on, so this is MDO plywood, which is, according to the research that we did, was both cost-effective and is generally accepted as a way to create long-lasting murals that are removable. But I just wanted to ask if there was any difference for y'all with the previous, murals or painting that you've done, and doing this particular mural.
Well, for me, panels, they may be a little easier because you can move them and, like Jamil said, put them on the ground or put them up sideways to paint them. But with the mural on the wall, it's just the wall is fixed and you have to adjust to the wall because it's not going anywhere. And I think that's the only difference I can tell right now. But it was fun. You can just move them and have more leeway with panels.
Yeah, for me, it was kind of, like Max said, it's more flexible, but I just looked at them as huge, as larger paintings. So, you paint it and then you move on to the next. Whereas when you're fixated painting on the wall, like you have to adjust to the elements as well, which honestly, painting on the wall is, when it comes to doing murals, is more natural and it's fun. So this process, I just look like it's just as like I do my normal paintings in my studio, just big old piece of wood, a canvas, and you bring it to life. But then also, in this case, we didn't have a crowd. Like if you was to paint a mural and you have people come by to look and watch the process. So that's the biggest difference. So we was allowed to do this in a secluded area with no distractions, no interruptions, so to speak.
Right, being able to stay in the, our artist groove and vibe and just vibe out and make some great work.
So what kind of wood is it?
MDO plywood.
Okay.
It basically has a outdoor protection coat of resin on it, and just to makes it more durable to the elements. Yes, here we have the installation panned out. Which that was a fun process to watch also, installation of the murals. I learned something. How about you, Jamil?
So are you saying that you have a resin on it to keep it from getting vandalized and stuff like that?
Well, the resin comes already on the board. That's just to protect it, like from water and things like that. But we did coat it in clear coat. We put a clear coat on it, and we also used anti-graffiti coating after the painting process.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's heavily coated and protected.
Right.
I wanted to ask, how did you have to change your style at all, or did you have to change your style at all in approaching this historical type of work?
Actually, I didn't. Actually, I thought it was very important to actually, express yourself and your style also along with the history and kind of combine those two elements. That's how I look at it.
Yeah, actually, I didn't. Now the style really didn't change. As far as my work personally, and Max as well, we both we switch. So we work in a variety of styles. I can say that creating these pieces, it wasn't just one specific paint. Like I use acrylic, oil, latex. I use a variety of mediums to create these pieces. But it was important to tell the story as our interpretation as best as we could. But I also like I'm used to painting work that has some social commentary, and Max as well. So pretty much, I mean, we stay true to what we really do.
Indeed.
So, guys, I was extremely excited with you all being assigned to this task, being familiar with, the work that you guys have done. So when you were presented with this task, like, where do your thoughts like immediately go? I mean, just the task itself, did it immediately speak to you? Like, exactly when you were told, this is what we want you to recreate, I would like to know, like, from the mind of an artist, where did you initially go at that point?
I know it's for me, my process is, when I'm, brought with a project, I immediately, my mind just starts flying and things are going in my head. I've heard about the Adkin Walkout a while back, but I really did the research this time and really, dove into it and really found out what it was about. So it was very interesting. And just putting the ideas together, knowing the history, talking with the different folks about it, and just making it come together.
A lot of times for myself, when I take on a project, especially as one such as this with so much meaning, I try to immerse myself into it, whereas nothing else matters. So that way I can hone in on what it is I want to say and what I'm trying to do. But it's an honor to tell this story, and it's about moving the culture forward. And although we move forward, let's not forget and let's honor those who cross these milestones before us, because we stand upon their shoulders. So to have this task, it was amazing, especially, I'm not originally from Kinston. Max is not too far away. So to be able to tell this story, this area, it meant the world to me. And hopefully, those that love it will continue to love it and share it. And it's all about starting a conversation.
Right.
Art is meant to provoke a thought and speak to your conscience. And I think we did our job.
Indeed.
I have a question. From the research you have done, what basic concepts did you all come away with?
Well, as for me, it was the first of all, the making the decision to actually do what they did and having the courage and the bravery to set a plan in motion and to actually go through with it as young people, as high school students with, no adult knowledge or supervision or, coaching. The students took it upon themselves to basically make a statement for what they wanted, which was equal education, and just wanted to have the same, things that the white counterpart schools had, and to, just make a plan and execute it. And that's one thing that stuck out to me. And also with speaking with Mr. Dudley and a few other people, just how important this thing was, especially happening before any of the civil rights movements and things like that. So it was a very, very bright light in the dark time that these students did.
Yeah, for me personally, like Max said, the idea in that time, in that era, these young kids decide to, take a journey and upon themselves and just do it. Like you said, no supervision, didn't necessarily care or yield to what others may think about them doing it. They knew what they was doing it was from their heart, it was right. And to do that, it takes courage. And, you can't do nothing but honor and respect them for it. And actually, and then for us to be blessed to create it, Mrs. Carol Cofield's daughter, personally, once we completed this, came to my house, my doorstep. I didn't even expect it, but to see how appreciative they were of what we have done, it made it worth it. So no matter what, like that's to me, that's the biggest honor of me doing this. Someone who's a direct, basically descendant of them, reaches out to me and says thank you, and they appreciate what we've done.
Was there a particular works that really spoke to you as you was working, and when you really got into the flow with, that you connected with, for whatever reason? That's for both of you.
Okay. For me personally, it got to be the one of Mrs. Cofield. That one spoke to me. I look at the piece, I see the symbolism in the piece, I see the pride in the piece. So that one spoke to me, as well as the one that called Grace, of the student holding the books. And on the image, on the books, it has the word used written on it. So they was used to getting old textbooks used by other students. But through it all, these kids got used textbooks, and they still had the thirst to learn and to seek knowledge through the circumstances that they were in.
I think for me personally, I think I connected with all of them with a unified view. I think the energy was there for all of them. I have my favorites as an artist, but as a whole, I think I approached every panel with the same intention and direction.
Gentlemen, I don't know if I'm going before you guys, but will you give us a snapshot of each panel?
Yes, that's a perfect transition time. Should we go through them?
Yes.
All righty. I'm sorry about this one. There is a tree that is right in front of it, so it's hard to get a picture without the shadows.
Any chance we'll be able to get rid of that tree?
Would be nice.
I don't know.
That's a Sarah question.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's not. I don't know. I will find out. I will find out about the tree.
Okay.
All right. I guess I could talk about this piece a little bit. The main thing when you think about children marching and how they were saying they marched in a precise order, so to speak, I want to just go ahead and put them in a single file line and let them march down the street. And in this case, each child has a particular expression on their face. It's hard to tell from here, but those of you that's local, if you get a chance to go by and see it, you can see the various expressions on their faces. But I just wanted to make it bright and colorful and give a resemblance of, you know, they're marching in an orderly line. And I actually like it. Actually, this is the first piece I started working on when we when we was commissioned to do this. So.
But to be honest with you, the tree to me gives it a lot of character. It just need like some of the branches need to be trimmed off to get it on their faces. But that tree is to me is tight. I mean, it looks almost like part of the painting.
Indeed, when they was installing it, that's one of the first things we said. It would have been cool if we could have did the mural on site, and then could have used the branches as an outline and trace them into the piece.
Yes, exactly. I mean, if you could just cut maybe the lower branches, that whole section off, maybe the top of it would swing over to the clouds. You know, it'd be nice if, you know, if they couldn't cut it all down. But I know what she's saying about, you know, if they could just cut some of it, if they can't cut all of it, just cut the lower.
It's tough to take pictures. You know, when I was down there trying to get my picture taken, it was tough for the photographer to get me and the panel, and so
What you're saying.
either way.
Yeah.
Maybe we could make the tree shorter. How about that?
Is that again?
Can you make the tree shorter?
So we'll probably talk about that at a later time, or rejoice after something's done about it.
As a person who
Maybe when they do cut it, maybe if the artist could be there, they could, if they can't remove it, you know, like, which would be cool. But if they can't remove it, maybe the artist can actually be there to give them some ideas what to cut down. Maybe they could slim it, you know, cut it down a little, trim it a little bit.
That's good.
additionally, as someone passing by, they don't get the full impact of what's going on when you see the tree if the artist's work is behind it and it's blocked by the tree.
This particular piece is not my piece, but it's one of my favorites.
Right. This piece is titled Who Sent You? I just want to, okay, I guess we can start with the background. I just want to represent a horizon and a crowd of people in the background to represent those that walked. And as you can see in the background, I have the phrase, who sent you? It was a phrase that kind of stood out to me as Mr. Dudley was telling us the story of the walkout when they actually went down to the Board of Education and presented themselves to the board. And they had a brief dismissal. And when they came back, the first question they asked the students were, who sent you? And I guess they thought, you know, was it some adults or something like that? And they were like, no, we just came down here on our own. And that phrase really stuck out to me. So I want to incorporate that within the crowd. And we have the number 720 also to represent the total amount of students that actually walked out that day. And in the background, we have the Afro-American flag represented with the colors, the red, green, and the black.
No.
Okay. Yeah, but the colors, the red, if you know about Pan-Africanism, represents the blood. The black represents the African people, and the green represents the wealth or the wealth of Africa in the land. And in the forefront, we have the silhouette with the raised fist. It was initially, you know, just a regular silhouette with an afro, but through as Bob Ross would call it, a happy mistake, I kind of came up with this idea of putting like the astronaut type helmet on it to represent, you know, like new frontiers and things of that nature. And as you can see, it's a collage of several students just some pictures that I had put together as a collage to put in the helmet to represent the students. And the silhouette here with the raised fist, just a symbolism of, it's a universal symbol of support and solidarity for the effort, and just to combine, you know, the past and the future generations so that everyone can understand. And I have a heart, and we are Adkin to, you know, just incorporate everybody, future and past generations, with that same love, and just wanted to, you know, fight for equal beliefs and things of that nature. And this one was also met with a little disregard on social media, but you know, just to explain it, there was no malice or any misrepresentation or any disrespect to the flag or anything like that.
All right, this piece just represents what used to be the old Carver Theater, where the students gathered, will meet at before they proceed with their march. So just seeing the building at first, you wouldn't even recognize, to me, I didn't even recognize that was a theater, because I guess it's an old church now. But to think about, this is where, I guess the only theater at that time African-American folks could go to and view their favorite picture or whatever. So that was an important piece of telling the story. So went there, took a couple of pictures of what the building currently looks like somewhat, and decided to paint it, drop five students in there, and just to stand in front of it. And there's some posturing there, and I did that basically for effect, to like, we started here, so what? Now we moving forward. Very simple concept, and I just wanted to just go with that image. Simple but effective.
And this image right here, titled Victory, I just wanted to, you know, put in the aesthetic of the old propaganda posters. I want to, you know, show victory. So I kind of did a retake of Rosie the Riveter, and I added some elements in the background that they were actually fighting for, or that were catalysts to the walkout. In the background, you have the imagery of a burned down gymnasium. We have, they only have one microscope for the whole school, things like that, and the hand-me-down books from the other schools. So I just wanted to, and also in the middle, a student represented as, you know, going to the board and just putting it all out there, what they wanted for equal education. And so I just wanted to make a victory banner of sorts to portray that, that they actually got everything that they wanted, and so.
Why did you have the young lady's head tied up? And the reason I say that, back during slavery time, that was kind of the par for the course. Most of the students at Adkin, even though I was not a part of the walkout, that was not a part of what they did at that particular time. But you mentioned something about Rosa the Riveter. Tell us a little bit more about that.
It was just the hair being tied up just represented to me work, because if you look at Rosie the Riveter, I guess women did tie their hair up in the workplace back then, and I just wanted to keep with the aesthetic of the thing, to you know, marry the two, to get an understanding like where the inspiration came from.
Would it help to put up a picture of Rosie as a comparison or like an explanation for what that is, I suppose.
Yeah, if you have one.
So it's like I think it's is it World War II, a propaganda photo?
Right. Just keep.
I guess
I know it might not have happened, you know, in that time or was relevant, but you still have to have an artistic perspective about things, and to when you're inspired by something to kind of marry the two, so people can have something to, you know, relate to or go, okay, that's where that came from, and that was that meaning. So it wasn't to be, you know, historically that accurate, but to keep the artist's artful perspective in it also.
Well, being a 50s kid, I can reflect on the times that young ladies did wrap their hair with something in that fashion. It wasn't uncommon for them to cover their heads and cover their hair with a bonnet or something, some type of a bandana type thing that they tied. It was actually was a fashion statement. So it looks beautiful. The way her hair's arranged on it, it does give it that authentic look in the 50s. When we look with modern eyes, we might can extrapolate different meanings. But when we go back into those times that was actually in the 50s, there were certain aspects about the way we dressed, things that we commonly wore. It was a style in the 50s. So it looks really good. All this beautiful.
And to piggyback on, I mean, people still to this day do the head wraps. I mean, usually it's more of a total cover, but it's still done today. Like you said, fashion, things like that.
Once again, from a personal perspective, that was my first impression when I saw the image driving through. Having grown up here, that was what struck me with that particular piece. And I'm sharing that from as a graduate, not who participated in the walkout, but I was involved in the reenactment of the walkout. So that's why I had the concern as it relates to that.
Understood.
Sarah, did you find the Rosie the Riveter poster? You find it yet?
I did. Did y'all not see it?
Maybe
Sorry. I can put it back up. There she is.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
It just represents also strength. Instead of showing the muscle, she has the clenched fist. Just a little different play on it.
All right. This piece, basically about Mrs. Cofield. There's some symbolism in there with the crown. I wanted the crown to exemplify royalty, and all 720 of these students who walked out, to me, is royalty. So I wanted to put that in the piece, and I wanted to make her a central figure in this painting because she was the central figure in it. And I do not want to, and I wanted that to be known. And again, I taking a traditional realistic approach to a portrait and combining it with silhouettes. So it's a little different from a regular portrait. I wanted to make it as contemporary as possible. as bright as possible. I wanted the title Adkin High in there, and the city of Kinston to shine a spotlight on Kinston itself. You know, something positive. So that was my whole process with this. The color scheme changed as I started doing the piece because the background itself around the crown originally was white, but white wasn't doing it for me, so I decided to switch it to yellow. But one of the most important things for me with the whole mural was that no matter what we paint or how we paint it, we had to make it bold and bright as possible. So if you from across the street or you down the street, if you catch a glimpse of color, then I wanted to be seen. And for any of you that's local, downtown Kinston needs lots of color. So with these 8 panels, I'm hoping we accomplish that.
This piece right here is titled We the People. You can start with we have the Adkin High in the background here. We have the decree of Carolyn Cofield, lost a red pocketbook, which symbolize the morning announcement that they used if they came out over the intercom, that they knew that was to signal the actual walkout. And in the background, we have a lavender with poppy flowers to represent resurrection, peace, and beauty. And at the bottom right here, we have our foundation, which is the Constitution, We the People. And it symbolizes a student almost, you know, coming from the school and walking on the Constitution as a foundation.
What did you say about the red pocketbook? What does that symbolize?
It was the, if that particular slogan was read during the morning announcements, that signaled the students that they were actually going to do the walkout.
Okay.
Let's see. Okay. Grace, this piece, originally the piece was supposed to have been a little boy. But as I started working it, I started noticing how soft her the features was in the face. So I instantly changed it to a girl. So basically I just wanted the coming out of the door, let's say one of the doors of the school, and carrying her books. But her books all are used, and I wanted that to be an important piece because that was one of the reasons why they was marching. They wanted new textbooks and the same things that their counterparts had. So that was important for the books to be used. I wanted to keep the school colors involved in as many pieces as I possibly could. And so this piece is actually, believe it or not, I created its paint, but I also use the background with the brick. That is floor stain, it's not paint. So I combined the floor stain with the paint just for effect.
And this last piece right here is titled One Voice. To my left, you have the portrait of Mr. John Dudley, and to the right, you have a portrait on the bottom of Miss Olivia Moore. You have the Adkin pirate silhouette right there also. and you have the hands gripping down the middle to represent, one voice represents unity, and also bridging the gap between the younger and our older generations of how the Adkin Walkout is at the forefront and inspired people all the way to this day. As you can see, you have on the bottom right, Miss Olivia Moore. She was a 16-year-old student who organized the walkout after things, against systematic racism, things dealing with George Floyd and things of that nature. So I just want to play out those two and how they go hand in hand with each other, and leads how your past acts can lead to future acts as well. Here you get a view of all the panels laid out. So any more questions, we'd be happy to answer them.
I do. I see this as a comprehensive work of art. It shows that you all did a lot and you put a lot into it. In Kinston, when you go down Queen Street, you see live images of individuals. When you turn the corner on Castle Street, you see this representation. Because this representation is not the live images as we see on Queen Street, my question is, can you, at the top of the panels, have some indication that this is the two artists' depiction of the walkout? And I share that because it will add to the quality of what you have done as far as great work, and will also share with the walkout group that their work has been taken to another level as opposed to that just being one depiction. As I look at it and I hear what you're saying, we hear the story, but people who are coming to Kinston, looking at a panel, they will not hear the story. But if you understand it's the artist's depiction of that, that will help to really make it clear, and will also add to what is going on in the Kinston environment. Because once again, I'm saying, you walk down Queen Street, you see live images, you make the right turn, you see something different, and that kind of changes the flow. But the only thing that can happen is you can just put the artist's depiction over the top of that, if that can be done. That is my recommendation.
Well, I know that there are going to be placards added to the artwork. Ms. Sarah, can I tell you more about that?
Yeah, sure. We are adding murals, and that is to credit the artist, to share the title of the piece, and it will have a short description. There's also been a story, a narrative form of the Adkin High School Walkout story that is on our website. And so one of the things that we are also going to do is we're going to have a link to the story because it's hard to get the full breadth of the narrative onto the plaque. So we're going to have a short description and then a place which, who in the chat? Yes, Broderick. Thank you, Broderick. It's good to see you. That will be a QR code which for people who don't know what a QR code is, use your phone to scan it, and then it takes you to a particular website, and it will have that, the story there. And it will also have each of the pictures of the panels, their titles, and then a description that comes from Max and Jamil about their thoughts behind, kind of similar to what you heard here tonight, their thought process when they were making it, and kind of what any explanation that it needs for what the panels represent. So we are very much looking forward to including that. But you are absolutely right. And I think what Max and Jamil have been saying, and what we appreciate about them so much as artists, is finding that balance between symbolism and the narrative of trying to tell such a big story in only 8 panels, and doing that in a way that connects, you know, both the story in 1951 and now and current generations. So just want to say appreciate y'all very much, and we are looking forward to that addition, which will help bring in kind of the history narrative to it. But yes, thank you for that comment.
This also would suggest, if you all YouTube or as much PR to explain the story of the artist depiction, I think that will clear up those persons who were in 1951 and those people who were in 2000, then you 2020, and you get the link. But just to go by it and see it without understanding or get some information, you may just want to add something to it, which is what you all are working on. We want to be able to deal with the person who goes by it and see it one time. Yes, I like this. Then I'm going to come back and look at it individually, because the way you have explained it is great. In an art museum, yes, that is great. But we're on Caswell and Queen Street. We just want to be able to, for them, if somebody goes by there and see, oh, that's Max and Jamil's depiction of the walkout. And that's my suggestion. That's my input. Thank you.
I'm wondering, do they teach about the walkout in school? Because I don't remember hearing anything about no walkout when I was in school. So that's sad if they're not, you know, teaching about it.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I don't know about you, Joanna. Did you hear anything about the walkout when you was in school? I didn't hear anything about it.
When I was in school, I graduated from high school in 1963.
Yeah.
In 1951, the walkout was held.
Everything, guild.com.
In the early 60s.
Yeah.
Who has it in stock? Anyone?
This
Sciences
Connection has a earlier estimated delivery window. Should I just go for it?
In the early 60s, there were all kinds of demonstrations in Raleigh, Durham, Greensboro. I had the opportunity to ask one of the person who was in the walkout in 51. I shared with them, I said, why aren't we doing the walkout here? He said, oh, we did that 10 years ago. So there was a sense of quietness because of what they had accomplished at the time. But I think you have an excellent point. It's something that should be taught in the schools, and it would be a great lesson.
I think there's also going to be a QR code also, right, Sarah?
Yes, and it will link to the city webpage that has all of that, has the story and y'all's explanation. And that's also something that we are looking forward to sharing as widely as possible. So hopefully now that we have this, you know, focus point for the Adkin High School walkout, there'll be opportunities for lots of groups, you know, educational groups, social groups, you know, lots of people to be able to go and see that mural or to see it on their own and do that learning.
Good evening. Excuse me for breaking in. My name is Armin Edwards. My mother is Carolyn Cofield, and I have her here with me.
Wow.
Awesome. Awesome.
Do you see us?
Wow.
This is Miss
No.
Cofield right here.
Turn your camera on, Armin. Turn the camera on. You got to touch where it says camera. Turn the camera on.
Okay, hold on.
Hey.
Oh my goodness.
Look at there. Show is. Hey, Miss
This is
Cofield.
Mrs. Cofield.
Ain't that something?
Hey, Mom.
Hi.
Wow. Oh my God. Yo.
What a blessing.
One of the artists to do the mural. They're both on the call.
Yeah. Hi, Mom.
Hi.
Oh, wow.
Hey, Armin.
Hey, how you doing, Phil?
Good, good.
Oh man.
Such a blessing.
We really appreciate the work that you guys did. And my hope, we live in New York, but my hope is to get my mother down to Kinston to view the mural.
Please do.
It'd be a pleasure.
And please do look us up, come by the house, please.
Yeah. Thanks again, Jamil and Max.
The artist who painted the
Excellent
mural.
work.
You're welcome. My pleasure. Our pleasure.
He's the other.
Real hero.
Wow. Man. Well, that's heavy. That's real heavy.
And if I can just inject a piece of history just based on what we experienced yesterday, Miss Carolyn Cofield was the only female that went to the school board that day. So girl power all the way. Thank you, Miss Cofield, for paving the way for all of us. And I love you so much, you don't even know me. Absolutely. Oh my goodness. And thank you to our children for having her. And if you bring her to Kinston, please let me be on the invite list.
I will. Definitely so.
Be on that list. Hello, Miss Cofield. Bless you so much.
Hero.
Where is Poochie?
He's you're talking about oh my goodness. Your oldest brother's name.
Oldest who? Oldest who?
Your oldest brother. What was his name again?
Samuel Owen Jr.
Yeah. But what do we call him?
Junie.
Junie.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Junie.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think he passed in 2008.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Oh my. Yeah,
his wife still lives in Kinston, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, she don't remember me either, but I used to hang out at over at Holloway and ramble back and forth across the street in her yard back in my childhood days. Her and Mr. Cofield, they were wonderful, wonderful people. I wouldn't be where I am today without you. So I just love you and congratulate you and keep on keeping on, Miss Cofield. It's good to see you again.
It's good to hear you.
I don't know.
Hello, Miss Cofield. My name is Edwin Jones. I'm Timothy Jones' brother. He was a young boy when you all were making history there. But it's definitely good to see you. We've heard so much about you in person. That's great.
Who is? I can't place this person.
Well, there's quite a few people.
Ms. Cofield, my name is Felicia Solomon, and it is an honor to be in the presence of a hero. I am the Mayor Pro Tem of the City of Kinston.
Oh.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. And thank you.
Thank you so much.
Miss Cofield, this is Lisette Carnegie, Miss Cofield, and you're such a legend. And so it's a pleasure meeting you.
Well, it's so good to hear from you, to see you. Oh, yeah. What was your name?
What was the name again?
Lisette. Lisette Carnegie. I'm a recording artist. It's nice to meet you.
Oh, okay. Very nice to meet you. Lisette Carnegie.
In those days, we called him Carnegie.
Ms. Cofield, do you mind speaking a little bit about that actual day?
What was that?
She's asking you if you'd like to speak about the actual day of the walkout.
Cheapers, it's been so long and there was so much going on, but we really put a scare in a school, the teachers, the principal, Mr. Stewart. But it all ended. We were proud.
Oh, good. Excellent.
And who is this?
He gave his name before, I don't remember.
So special, yes.
Yeah, I was listening to the majority of the call. I was on my way home from my acupuncturist appointment, and I was so thankful that the call continued so I could get to her house so I could put her on.
We appreciate it.
And you are?
Jamil Burton, one of the artists.
He's one of the artists that painted the mural.
He's
one of the artists that painted the mural.
Oh. Well, that's something I've got to see.
Please, come on down. Oh, man.
We'll stage another parade when you get here. We're going to get us some cars together and we're going to stage us another parade and we're going to put you out. And we're just going to make all kinds of scene in the city. And when they ask us what we're doing, we'll tell them we're among the originals.
Okay.
Amen. Amen.
We're going to start with Holloway and work our way all the way down through the city. That ought to get some attention.
I'm sure it will. I'm sure it will.
Yeah.
God bless you all.
Special, very special.
Well, like I said, we were talking about the event and everything, and I just wanted it to continue long enough that I could get to her house so you could all meet her.
Wow.
Here she is.
Linda, Junie. Wow.
Yes, thank you for doing it.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for everything you've done.
And we're still looking for the red pocketbook.
Okay. A little red pocketbook was lost forever. It never existed.
Right. Well, I will add, Ms. Cofield, that the red pocketbook was never existed and it was never found. But one of the things that I do is I carry a little red pocketbook. It now has become one of my symbols, and my sister is on the call. She actually gave me a designer one for Christmas. So I have a designer red pocketbook. And so no matter what I wear, no matter what color I have on, I have this red purse. And so anytime someone says, oh, I like your purse, then that gives me an opportunity to tell the story of the little red pocket. And I will tell you that it is actually my life's work to keep this story alive. And my heart is so full right now to be able to actually see your face. I was able to interview a lot of people about the walkout and the history of Adkin High School, and you were always tops on my list. So just to actually be able to see you face to face, it inspires me more. And just know that this story is in good hands as long as my hand is in it.
Thank you. Thank
you.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Where are we now? Live on Facebook. Oh, that's me. Oh.
Yes, we are. We are here as long as people have questions for you or for the artist. Really, as long as people want to talk, we'll be here.
I really appreciate the sharing of the explanation of the story, and I had an opportunity to share comments, and I think this has a lot of potential for Kinston, because there are a lot of great things going on in Kinston, and we want each area to make sure they get their due. And the fact that we have seen Carolyn Cofield, that's so special. That's very, very special. Yes, indeed. Wow. Wow. I don't think there's any larger hero in Kinston other than Carolyn Cofield. Yep. Yes, indeed. Wow. And the story remained dormant for a long time, but now it's coming back to life.
Good. Then it was all worth it then.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Yes. Linda is my classmate, and Tina and I went to school together at North Carolina College.
Oh, man. He said Linda was his classmate.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sir, you are to be commended for bringing her to this. This is special. Yes.
You can hear better than I can.
Right.
Well, like I say, when the program was going on, and I was just hoping it would continue as long enough so I could get back to the house. So
Right.
I'm glad that it worked out.
Absolutely. And once again, this fire is burning because of Carolyn Cofield and Rita Joyner. You keep it going.
To God be the glory.
Yes, indeed. We appreciate what you do.
And Mr. Orman, if there's any way possible, I know this is a public space, but is there any way that I can get connected with you? Can I get your information from Mr. Cyril? He goes to Mommy's church, her brother.
He should have it.
Okay.
Yeah. He should have it. Yeah.
As long as you give me permission to get it from him, I'm calling him as soon as this is over.
Yes, that's fine.
Thank
That's
you.
fine.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, Ma.
Wow.
Somebody said, hey, Ma.
Yeah.
You know, it was me. My name is Sheila Green. And, you know, somebody sent me an email to join this call. But now that I'm okay, well, my dad was Charles Jenkins. I don't know if anyone knows him. He's class of maybe 54.
Charles Jenkins.
Charles Jenkins.
Jenkins.
Charles Jenkins. No.
Yeah, no one looks to be his age, but maybe Miss Cofield. but he was class of 54, and it's just good to be on this call. And I wish I could get him on. He's living in Virginia. He has dementia, but you know, he would love to be a part of this. I don't even know what I can tell him, but because I kind of chimed in a little late, but it sounds like you guys were referring to the walkout, which I do remember him talking about some years back. And again, I don't know a lot, so, but I will definitely let him know. I know I've heard the name Cofield. I had twin cousins, Edna and Evelyn. I don't know if you guys know any of them. They were twins. Jenkins was their last name. And I think they came out in like 50 something as well. So I know I'm going back. So I'm just not going to say much more because I don't think I can relate to anybody, you know, with my conversation. But I'm definitely glad to be a part, and we'll pass this information on to my family that are from the Kinston Adkin High School area.
Thank you, Ms. Green, for joining us. And that was me that sent you the email. So we'll stay in touch and stay connected so that you can become a friend of Adkin, because you are a legacy.
Well, thank you. And I would like to stay connected. And yeah, if you have other events, send it on and I'll share it with family that I know that are, you know, from the high school. I remember coming down and going to a lot of the annual, whatever they would have, homecomings or whatever. And it was just always a pleasure to be in the presence. And all I remember is my aunt living on Lincoln Street, 805 Lincoln Street, Letha Taylor. And I spent many summers there, so. But anyway, continue on. I'm going to listen in. And I'll show my face so you can see me.
Please.
There I am.
All right.
Well, hello.
Are you
remember Lincoln Street?
I remember Lincoln Street. That's where Orman lived.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you related to Rebecca Jenkins?
Yes, I am. I know crazy Rebecca.
I know Rebecca very well.
She's my cousin. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yep. And you are Edwin. I'll mention your name to her.
Right. Yes. Jones. Right. Absolutely. Yes.
Okay.
Small world. Very small world.
Yep. All righty.
Sarah, once again, thank you for what you do. I know it's a lot of work, but you're uniting us. That's great.
Thank you, and it's definitely all the mural selection committee, and also Marcia Parrott is on the call tonight. She is the person who is the reason that we have this program in the first place, and that it was funded and brought the committee together. So I get the benefits of coming in at the end and seeing the beautiful work that gets done. We have hope this will not be the end of the Adkin High School Walkout Mural or the end of the program. We still have one more mural to complete. And like I said at the beginning, that is Chopsy Gray, and she will be doing a mural honoring the life of Alice Hannibal and her husband, Dr. Greg Hannibal. And Alice Hannibal was the first woman and African American on the city council, but she was an education advocate and did a lot of great work in the city. So we're also looking forward to an event that will be sharing the mural that she has. And hey, Marcia. So if we will share that opportunity when it happens, and we're also very much looking forward to a world without COVID where we can gather together again, and we would like to do a more formal recognition of all of these murals, and especially this one. So we will absolutely send out that information when we know that we can safely have it and gather again.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Wow. Sarah.
Yes, sir.
I was wondering for maybe for those that are joining in with us that may have seen a rendering of Charles's work that she's going to put on the side of the building. Is it any way you could pull that up and show it to the crowd?
Yes, yes. Give me just 1 second.
Okay, thanks.
I don't know, Sarah or Marcia, if you were planning to do this. Look at the baby. Hey, Marcia's little baby. If you guys were going to acknowledge that we have Brother Broderick on the call, who has done the mural of the Kinston Strong, honoring our legacy of sports and particular basketball.
Yep.
Hi, Broderick.
Hey, Broderick. You can check out that mural on, oh gosh, is it North Street?
Yep.
Yep, on North Street at the intersection with Heritage, near the Mad Hatter restaurant. Broderick is an artist based out of Athens, Georgia, who also has experience doing historical murals in his hometown. And he's done a beautiful mural honoring Kinston's athletic history, particular basketball stars on the side of a building. And I think, Broderick, you're unmuted, so please, the floor is yours.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I was just gonna say hello, and I hope that my internet is not too shaky. But I don't want to take the spotlight from Jamil and Max. You know, but yeah, I'm glad to be here. Glad to be a part of the program.
Cool.
Hello, Broderick. How you been doing, brother?
I've been doing pretty good. Can't complain.
This is Pastor Kuntz, you know, the one that aggravated you the whole while you were up here.
Oh yeah, I remember the voice.
It's good to see you, sir. And I hope things are well with you and the family down in Georgia.
Yeah, likewise. Good to see everyone. And yes, things are well down here.
Well, give everybody my love down that way. And you know, I just had Georgia on my mind, since Georgia helped us get over the hump just a little bit. So I appreciate y'all working down there to bring some things to pass. We're on a new day and a new way.
Oh yeah, blessings. Yes, sir. Blessings. Yes, sir.
Okay, good to see you again. I'll holler at you when you come back this way again.
Definitely. Been looking forward to it. I do want to come back and visit again. I would love to. I got to get down to Holloway and check out the rest of that, you know, history there.
Sounds good. Take care, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You too.
All right, I can show Chopsy's concept, and this will be not an exact rendering. I think she'll play with it, and you know it'll come out. But I think, sorry, it's loading, but you should be able to see it now.
Okay.
Reach out for the bigger view.
I see it. That's cool. House. Yeah. Move forward.
And I'll also share really quickly, this is the mural that Broderick created on the wall at 212 West North Street. And it's got, like Marcia was saying, it's a basketball mural because Kinston is very well known for basketball, but it's also a sport where we can show both men and women who have been professional players. And then at the bottom is a representation of kids who are wearing jerseys that represent all of the sports and all of the generations of players that we've had. So that was, and Broderick did an amazing job of finding a way to, again, find that balance between, you know, honoring our players and trying to cover the full breadth of great athletes that we have in Kinston. So if you're ever down that way, check it out.
I have a quick question for the artist. Hi, I'm Holly, and first, like, the murals are absolutely stunning. They're beautiful. And a few years ago, I was lucky enough to work with Dr. Joyner on a documentary about Adkin, and I'm back in Kinston now teaching at Southeast, and all the teachers are sort of coming together to teach a month-long unit about Adkin. And I teach theater, but I'm using a lot of art in my class, and my third graders in particular are in love with art. And I was wondering if you all would be okay with me reaching out to you and getting some words from you that would be directed to, you know, little kids who love art, and sort of talking about your process or talking about these murals geared towards younger students, if that would be something that you would be available to do.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
I just sent the text.
Oh,
Yeah.
perfect. Thank
I
you.
just sent a group text.
I got it. But yeah, definitely that's something that we could do. You know, we both passionate about, you know, about the kids and art, and that's how we got started. So why not keep pushing it forward?
Amazing. I really look forward to that. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Who was that?
Man, I just appreciate everybody taking an interest in the work and come up here for the artist talk.
Well, you gentlemen definitely struck a chord, and you brought back you know, a time and an event that actually should have gotten a lot more coverage than it did. And we're just thankful for all that you did to, you know, to bring that recollection back.
Cool, we appreciate it.
You're very welcome. It was a pleasure and a great honor to work on this project.
It's hopefully it'll be more to come as far as the images itself. That's something that me and Max will sit down and talk about and connect with Dr. Joyner and see how can we do something else with the images itself. And so even a larger group of people can see them. So we'll definitely keep you posted on that.
It'd be much appreciated.
Well, something I had put in the chat, I was hoping that somebody would respond to, and that was, is there a way, I mean, I don't know if you may even means to do this, but I would love to have a print of some of this work. Not only this, of some of all the works. I wish there's some way we could have captured it so that everyone can have a little piece of it. It's, you know, for whatever purposes. So, and also could, you know, drive some revenues also for the city.
Yeah, that could be possible. We will work that out somehow.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's see what else.
Well, we are coming up on 7 o'clock. If there are no more questions, or we have time for a few more questions or a few more comments, again, this is not the end of the conversation at all, and is not the end of any of the great relationships that we already have here. Please feel free to look back at this video. It will be available on our Facebook, and it will also be on the City of Kinston website where the mural program is. We'll have this record. And thank you all very much for coming. We really appreciate you taking the time.
Appreciate it. Sarah, Marcia, y'all done an excellent job, and I'm glad y'all was able to pull us into this and be a part of it.
Absolutely. Just want to thank City of Kinston,
and Dr. J too.
To God be the glory.
As I took good care of your golden book.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. And you rewarded me with banana pudding. So we got an even exchange.
Indeed. More to come, more to come.
Absolutely.
Very good. But nobody wants to be the first to leave. But I'm about to go on duty. So peace and blessings to everyone. Carolyn Cofield, Mrs. Carolyn Cofield. I want to put all the respect on it.
Thank you.
Well, I guess it would be Mrs. Carolyn Cofield Armand. But yeah, Edwards. That's
Edwards.
Armand was your dad's first name. Yeah, okay, Edwards. I got you. And look for your phone to ring later on, or a text.
Okay.
It's a cell phone. Thank you, everybody.
Okay.
This has been the largest attendance of a artist talk, right, Sarah? We did it. That was our goal. All right. Peace out. Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
I guess I have